We're about to go racing here, folks. The lights are out, and now there's smoke flying and Gen 3 cars splaying across the track. There's action at the back there. There's an absolute car park at the back. Who's around? It looks like Summerall, Simpson are involved as well. Absolute carnage at the back. Here goes Brennan. He's chiming in on Brittingham in front. The gap's only about 3/10 here at the moment. Up in front, though, look at that. Kobe Marshall, whoa, up the inside of Patterson. These two are going to try and go side by side up the S's. Oh, it's not the wisest idea, and Patterson just has to yield and let Marshall through. Kobe on the move. He started down the back, and he is absolutely flying here at the moment. Patterson just trying to hold steady and keep that gap. Oh, no, up in front, there's been a huge accident. Ben Mead's been turned around. This is, oh, no, that's a big move there as well. Looks like Ben Mead. That's not Ben Mead. Here he is. Oh, no. Turned around, and Mead just coming through, trying to get off the circuit. Jacob Smith, though, right up the back here of Ash Rogers. You can see he is, it's Kobe Marshall on the back of him, should I say, and he's just on the charge here. Kobe Marshall, absolutely flying here at the moment, doing what his last lap was a 1:52. He's 2 seconds clear, or 2 seconds faster than these guys in front of him too. So he's just picking them off one by one. We can see he's got Jacob Smith in his sights here, and just a nice little exit here as well, and got the suck and got the run. Weaving which way and that on the Fanta car. It's going to be absolutely balls to the wall here through the chicane, right up under the rear wing too of that Mustang, and giving him plenty as well. Absolute, well, he's on an absolute charge here, is the Marshall man. Here he is. Ron Marshall, you got a third son as well involved in the iRacing leagues. If not, yeah, got to get the old adoption papers out and take him on. He's doing fantastic as well, and maybe needs a motorsport general manager, team captain. We'll see. We'll see how he goes here. But I'll tell you what, Jacob Smith doing a good job so far of holding him off. But for how long can he do so? We're going to find out. He just peels out of the slipstream, showing the nose now. Here we go. Into turn 7, showing the nose. Whoa. Just deploying the dummy there, and the Fanta car's gone wide, trying to gather it up, and that's just left the door open. Oh, cuts across the nose too. Very ambitious stuff there. The Jacob Smith in the Fanta car just holding on for dear life here at the moment and losing touch with Ash Rogers in front. We saw just a lap ago, all these cars were only separated by a couple of tenths, but now Jacob Smith in full defense mode is just leaking time here as well, backing up Marshall into Patterson. And here goes Marshall now. He's had an absolute gutful of this. He says, right, I'm peeling out and I'm going for it now. I've got just a little bit of an overlap, just need to modulate on the brakes, get it turned in, hit that apex, and it looks like Smith's going to lose two here as well. Maybe a little slowdown with Sarella coming up behind as well. He will get the run through the S's too. This is a maybe a little bit of paint swapping there from the pink to the orange. Up in front, though, Ash Rogers, Kobe Marshall, and Stuart Patterson, nose to tail, human centipede style, going around. And look at this. Ash Rogers now has got his hands full with Kobe Marshall on the absolute comeback trail. Started down in 25th position. He's gained 19 positions, folks, and he's about to make it 20 as he goes up the inside. Ash Rogers, I think, knows what was coming and gets right out of the way and says, you know what? This isn't my fight. The fight I've got is with this bloke behind me, which is Stuart Patterson, and look at that. He's had a brilliant run going down the boot, looking into the heel now. This is a nice little overtaking opportunity, you would say. Still better than where he started, but look at Brennan just sliding across the track. I don't think Mead's too happy with it. Oh, almost a little massive contact, pushes him off the circuit. The race is over, folks. Thought it was a 40-minute race, but then anyway, Stephen Varga does the old WIN. All right, we're back, folks, and this is the 3-lap scramble for qualifying. Let's go racing again. Cook off the front with Rogers and Summerall next to him, and look at that. It's an absolute splay of cars out there as they all come cruising down into turn 1. They're 4 and 5 wide out through the back of the field. There's surely bound to be contact here. There's cars being pushed off the circuit. Sorella going down the order as well. Just getting back on the circuit. Let's get a top view as we can see them just jostling. Look at that, Sarella around the outside now, looking up the inside of Marshall. A little bit of contact. Oh no, Sarella's taken out. Oh no, there goes Howard with him, or Potter, I'm not too sure who it is, but now they all just pile up, and that's there's debris everywhere all over the circuit. Goodness gracious me, oh, look at that, absolute car park, ladies and gentlemen. Wowee, what a start to this one. Look at this, we've got Hutchins now, he's got Kobe Marshall on the back. This is an absolutely insane start, folks. It's a 10-minute battle here. With Rogers beside him, we've got Hutchins and Andrews off the second row. Curran and Jansen next to them. We've got Ward and Connor off row 4. Potter and Georgeson off row 5. Brittingham and Rogers off row 6. And we are now racing, ladies and gentlemen, in the feature race. 45 minutes of racing action coming up. And look at the start from Ethan Curran, looking up the inside here for the lead. Has to get on the anchors and do it fast because he was headed for that Kmart car in front. But now look at the field as they come streaming through turns 2, 3 and 4 up the hill for the first time, and they are going too wide as well down there. That's Ash Rogers and Marshall. We've got Logan Howard and Brittingham as well side by side. It's all happening here, folks. They hit the back straight for the first time. Cook still leads with Curran in tow by about 4/10. Then there's another little gaggle of cars headed by Gray Ward, and look at this, Potter and Rogers side by side now into the kink here, in through the chicane. Wowee, are they going to get through here? And no, oh, look at that, no tears, but they're still side by side. Look at that there from Brennan, and just splitting the atom up between both of these guys. They go 3 wide down the hill into turn 6. This could be dangerous, but Brennan now clears it, gets to the inside. He's got Shelton around the outside too, trying to hang it fat, but oh no, there goes Brennan, has just locked up the rears and goes back down through the field like a rock here at the moment. Tim Nicol though getting through as well, up into 8th position. Look behind them, we've got Logan Howard on the outside, Ram Jam Potter getting involved as well. Beautiful racing all around by these guys. Stephen Varga, your race 1 winner, is down there in 11th position, but it's battling stations all up and down. Look at this, Hutchins and Brennan now. Brennan getting up through the inside, getting that job done on the comeback trail early. On the comeback trail is Michael Brennan. We'll keep one eye on him because up the front it's Jade Andrews and Kobe Marshall on the comeback. Again, Marshall just having an absolute day out as he goes up 8 positions now on the second lap, flying, and obviously an opportunistic driver is he, taking the opportunities when they land. But look at this, they're all starting to line up behind. Logan Howard is on the attack there from Tim Nicol. They go side by side, or at least looking for it. Back here, Gray Ward is on the back of Jay Connor as well. Gets a nice run up through the S's. We'll see how he fares on the other side, and it looks like Jay Connor just getting a little bit shallow on the exit too. So he's going to be vulnerable here for the Gray Ward star coming up behind him through into the chicane. Gets on the brakes early, and look at that, Marshall just appearing from nowhere. The old Houdini up the inside and says, g'day gents, I'm here and I'll be gone and off very shortly. What was that, folks? That was another little brownout or something happening to the lights here at the Sunshine Coast House. I don't know what the hell's going on, but hopefully we can hold off on the old shitting the bed in the old power department for the rest of this race. 41 minutes to go in this one. Look at Marshall, just absolutely flying, mate. Let's ride on board with him. He's got this car hooked up tonight. Look at him just eyeing off that Red Bull livery Gen 3 Camaro in front, showing the nose, getting back into the slipstream and just timing his run here. He's going to just try and get the old late apex. Look at how he backs it in too, just on the dancing it on the rears on the entry. A little bit of oversteer as well, correcting it on the way in. Really nice to watch actually as well. A true poetry in motion, as you could say, in behind the steering wheel is Kobe Marshall, absolutely going fantastically. Ron Marshall, you should be proud. Your new adopted son is flying. And tell you what, get the other two involved as well. It'll be a triple Marshall sandwich. But look at this. Speaking of sandwiches, it's the old Quantum Motorsports team involved in a little bit of ham to cheese action here at the moment. Side by side, well, they were side by side earlier, but Tim Nicol still just has the better of it in that department. And look at that bit of smoke there coming from Gray Ward and being pushed off circuit on his own volition. Big mistake there from Wardy. Lets through the 2 Quantum cars as well. And through there is coming is Logan Howard. Look at that. Wardy on the brakes, very wide through turn 4. This could be dangerous. Howard just trying to search for a way around the outside. And look behind him, Ryan Shelton as well. This is going to be exciting stuff going down. Oh, where is he going to go? Shelton nowhere to go. Wardy going very slowly. Maybe some damage there on that Mustang because he's just dropping down like a stone here at the moment. Nowhere for him to go. But up ahead, there's a nice little 4-way battle pack. Look at that. Headed by Marshall, who's just buggering off into the distance. Jay Connor holding up the 2 Quantum Motorsport cars as well. We've got Tim Nicol there in between him and Stephen Varga Jr. We're right on board with him because he's got the best view of the house. He's got Tim Nicol in front of him and probably on the comms saying, mate, come on. I'll give you a couple more corners here before I'm going to send it and have a crack at that Red Bull car myself if you can't get around him anytime soon. But here they go again. It's 7 minutes into this one, and it's been action-packed all the way through. It's what you want to see, folks, absolutely. But here these two guys from Quantum Motorsport are very speedy indeed, but I feel like they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot, squabbling for 6th and 7th position when they could be working together to pick off these guys one by one, starting with Jay Connor, who seems to be just waiting for the inevitable to happen. But we've seen him in the first race quite capable behind the wheel. When he keeps it consistent as well. We saw that thing facing the wrong way in race 1, but let's hope for better fortune this time around. Up in front, Wayne Rogers now is the next victim on Kobe Marshall's hit list, and look at this, pulls up beside him, a little bit of overlap down into turn 1. Looks like he could drive 2 semi-trailers through the gap that Wayne Rogers has left in there as well. Thank you very much, he says. Kobe Marshall up into P3. He has gained 11 positions in this race so far. Absolutely flying, mate. He is really setting the pace and the example to these other drivers. Now it's time for Tim Nichols to stretch the legs of that Camaro down the back straight. Pulls up alongside the Red Bull entry. Dives it in to the inner loop, does that well. But look at this, there's a slow-moving Camaro as well, trying to get out of the way, and now they've all just sort of backed up as well, 2 by 2 around turn 6. That is quite well done from those guys. Turn 5 it was, in fact. But now Tim Nicol through, Varga through, Logan Howard through as well, Shelton through, and Jay Connor just dropping down about 4 or 5 positions there. So you got to do your best out there, but in these reverse grid races, you're gonna have fast drivers coming up at a rate of knots, and we've seen in the past drivers that come to mind. People like Nick Mello, who are very aggressive on the opening laps of reverse grid races, will send it through and throw caution to the wind. You get other guys who are a little bit more methodical about it. It seems that this guy here, Kobe Marshall, is a little bit of both, to be fair. He's gone through aggressively and thoughtfully as well, and kept his nose clean in all of these races so far, which is a miracle in its own, as you've seen how many people have bit the dust. But Stephen Varga, we saw him take out the checkered flag in race 1, so he's no stranger to how his teammate races too, so he's probably got his number. And these guys clearly just working together now to get through the field before they all just sort of bugger off down the distance. One man who's done so is here, Kobe Marshall. Man, driver of the day material so far, absolutely flying and taking chunks out of the guys in front. A full second quicker last time around, and 2 seconds quicker on his best lap too. So flying at the moment. Down here, Brock Clark is side by side with Andrews up into turn 9. Looks like Andrews just feeding it from the inside. That's what you want. Ford v Camaro here at the moment. Jade Andrews does have the luxury of the inside run, but sweeping around the outside in the Mitre 10 livery. Oh, big, almost crossing it up. Big tank slapper there, but manages to hold onto it. Brock Clark, beautiful stuff, and promotes himself up into 15th position. Beautiful driving there, and good awareness there from Jade Andrews too, just getting out of the way and knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, knowing when to walk away, folks, is the name of the game here, especially in endurance racing. Oh, great. Ward just missing the outside wall by millimetres, with Patterson just heading around the outside in that purple car. You cannot miss that one. And Wardy would have let off a few little P's and bloody Q's when he saw the bloody wall coming up to him that fast, I'll tell you bloody what. But going great guns there in the Speed Nation livery. Sensational entry. Look at him go out there in the beautiful orange wheels as well. Gray Ward doing a great job down there in 9th position. Only dropped 2 off the start, so now he can find his rhythm and not worry about being in just absolute traffic land in the first couple of laps of a reverse grid race. It can be some frightening stuff. But the battle's on up the front here. We've got Curran and Greg Cook almost side by side. Maybe a little bit of an overlap there, but Cook having the inside run. And now chiming in is Kobe Marshall too. So he gets the job done here on Curran. Look at that, up the inside. Now he's going to go around the outside at turn 9. We get the blimp view. We can get a good idea of what's going on there. Maybe a little bit too far. I don't have my glasses on, folks. That's way too far. But here goes Marshall looking around the outside. Can't really get the job done there at turn 10. It's an apex only turn is that one. But just setting himself up for a late apex. And look at the run from turn 11. He stands no chance of defending this as Ethan Curran. He goes side by side, and there goes Marshall too. He will get into the braking zone first and take P2 well away from Ethan Curran. And now Curran trying to maybe produce a little bit of his own medicine back to him here with the late apex run down and up through the S's now, but the pace on that Camaro there in the hands of Kobe Marshall, very hard to reel in, using every bit of that track too. So next man on his hit list is Greg Cook out there in front, about 7/10 the difference. We'll keep one eye on the telescope there to keep that one in check, because down at the back it's well, now Stephen Vargas chiming in on these two as well. We've got Ethan Curran just falling down the order as these quick speedy customers come flying in through the checkout section here. Watkins Glen, beautiful track, beautiful circuit, and produces good racing in any sort of category that you're involved in. How is Varga going to get this job done? He can see, oh, look at that. He doesn't want to spend too much time either, just showing the nose straight up the inside there of Curran. Curran saw him coming, sidestepped him, hits the old loud pedal a bit too hard and spins around and loses 2 positions out of it. Logan Howard gaining one as well. An easy overtake. He'll take one of those every day of the week, folks. Mind you, P2, 3 and 4, that's Marshall, Varga and Howard, are all up 12, 14 and 11 positions respectively. The one who's the real mover and shaker is back here in P7 is Stuart Patterson. Look at that, up 17 positions. Absolutely flying as well. He's got the gamer fuel intravenously connected to his veins here at the moment. There's someone just losing it in the background there as well. I don't know who that was. But Logan Howard now coming into the pit. So is Ethan Curran. All these guys actually serving early pit stops, which is surprising, as we saw a lot of them go to about the half race distance mark last time before they all started to peel in. So maybe a few of these guys trying their hand at a different strategy. Maybe it didn't work the first time around, so they're open to suggestions and maybe a little bit of something different up there as well. But now Kobe Marshall attacking P1. If Greg Murphy has anything to say about it in the old 51 Kmart car, it's time to speak or forever hold your peace. He's got to try and hold Kobe Marshall behind him, but it's a very tall order indeed, as this guy's flying and very meticulous about how he gets these overtakes done. Let's ride on board actually with Kobe. See how close he gets it and where he chooses to make this overtake. You can see he's really nicely got that car balance, the body language of it. It's got plenty of front end too. It's not really washing away. He's got ultimate front end grip by the looks of it, and a deft touch on the throttle too. But doing a good job there out in front. Greg Cook so far. Kobe knows he's got a bit of a gap behind, but look at who's just chimed in on the scene. It's Stephen Varga now, just to release the pressure valve on Greg Cook. I'll tell you what, Cookie, all his Christmases have come at once here at the moment, because he will enjoy just a little bit further or a little bit longer out there in the lead, as long as Varga keeps the pressure on Marshall here at the moment. Even Cookie could do some sort of tomfoolery here at the moment and just back Marshall up and say, here you go, Steve, I'll serve him to you on a platter. and you just do your best, son. But it looks like now Varga peeling into the pits. So pipe dream for Cook at the moment as Marshall pulling out of the slipstream now. We've seen him make a number of positions up down into turn 1, and this will be another one here. But around the outside, holding it fat is the chef. He's got something cooking up. Don't you worry about that. The oil is boiling and the sausages are well done, but it's too much to hold off as Marshall goes up into the lead of the race. P1, 17 minutes in. And let's see how far he can stretch that lead now. He's really going to start to turn the screws as all these guys are now coming into the pit lane. Ward, Varga, Patterson, Rogers, Sarella as well. Or a second behind, should I say. And look at that. Kobe Marshall is out there by 30 seconds to Carl Brittingham. Mind you, he hasn't served his pit stop yet. And I think we saw in the first race that a pit stop probably cost you about 30 seconds. We're going to see when he comes in, surely soon. We're about halfway through, so maybe he just pushes it for another lap, but he's going at a pretty good pace considering the guys that were around him on circuit. His last lap was a 152.9. As you can see, he's pulled into the pits now. Who was the guy behind him? It was Varga. He's the first man out on track that has served his pit stop, and he's clear. He's got a bit of clear air as well. Really wants to put the hammer down here and do just these next few turns are vital to being able to stay in touch with Marshall. We'll get an idea of where he is. He is still not moving on the circuit. Varga rounding the final turn. This is going to be very close, folks, as Marshall not moving at all. And here's Varga. He's going to make that overtake done. That is an undercut if I've ever seen one, folks. And there in the background is Kobe Marshall moving. So he will drop down the order and quite a ways too. So the overcut has cost him a fair bit there in the old positional department. So Kobe Marshall's got it all to do, but we've seen him do it multiple times tonight anyway. So he's certainly one to be able to pull a rabbit out of the hat, so to speak. But look back here. There's a nice little gaggle of cars. We've got Cook, Shelton, and Howard in a little three-way. Menage a trois, folks. Who doesn't like one of those? I tell you what, even better out there on the circuit when you get to my age. Dead set. Here's it's Kobe on the hunt, though, now with fresh tyres and right up behind his teammate. I'll tell you what, Varga would be on the blower too, saying, mate, you hold him up. We don't want that guy anywhere near us in the end stanza of this race. Tell you what, the guys that pitted early, though, will have... their tyres are going to be fairly shagged by the end of it, too. So, Kobe Marshall electing to go longer than anyone else on that set of tyres. So he will be fresh for quite some time. And here he is, just ducking out of the slipstream now. Tim Nicol will look from above. From the Simsational chopper. Oh, getting backed up there. Nicol squeezing him to the inside. Kobe just going a little bit too deep for his own liking and heading back to the drawing board as well, as we see up in front there Shelton and Logan Howard having a little bit of a tussle as well. Riding on board now with Kobe Marshall through the final couple of turns of this lap. And look how he just gets it into the apex there. Better than anyone. Oh no, there's a car off there up in front. That's Shelton. He's Kamagutsa, and that's damage on his car too. There's bits of bodywork flying off the thing. He drops down to P6. It's not the end of the world for him. It's still good points, but I'll tell you what, I don't know if he'll be still in front of this championship come the end of this round. But look at this. Marshall up the inside. Nicol trying to hold it fat around the outside of the S's. This is going to be interesting, folks, because it's one of those parts of the circuit where you can't really go too wide. He takes it right out to the side of the track now. right on his tail here at the moment, up the back end of this circuit. Tim Nicol looking to go defensive now into the chicane. He's doing a good job of it as well, and now it's the pressure valve's off as well because Ryan Shelton has chimed in on the back of him. As long as these guys keep doing this defensive work, Stephen Varga out in front is just counting his lucky stars. Free kick, he says. Keep going, Tim. Defend like a lion. Reminds me of what was his name? Esteban Ocon and Alonso at Hungaroring quite some time ago. But look at that, showing the nose is Kobe Marshall. I almost said Harley Marshall. I'm very used to saying that name. But now has managed to muscle his way up the inside there at turn 6, on the way across the top of the hill here, looking to turn 7. It's all side by side. Let's go to the top view. There goes Marshall, gets the job done. A little bit of contact there as well. Nickel trying to hold it fat. He will have the inside run here for turn 9, and that's where you want to have it, folks. These guys are going to go side by side again, leaving plenty of room too. Respectful racing, folks. But Marshall just has the legs on the exit, takes that position. That was a well fought effort there. Great exchange from those two drivers. Beautiful stuff there in the fighting department. And now it's all going to kick off behind, because we've got Nickel, we've got Shelton, we've got Patterson chiming in too. He's up 17 positions. I tell you what, we've hardly called him, because he's just been the silent assassin today, just getting the job done. Ryan Shelton just dipping out of existence there. What's happened to him? Having some net issues for Shelton. So he's given up the ghost just a little bit there to Tim Nicol in front, and Kobe Marshall as well. Those two guys still haven't quite seen the end to this battle, I believe. But maybe Tim Nicol just waving the white flag for now, as Kobe has the better of the tyre delta and going great guns at the moment. Stephen Varga out in front, enjoying a 5.5 second gap there to Cook, who in all honesty has done a fantastic job. And as these two battle, look behind, look who it is. It's that old chestnut again, Marshall, working his way through the field and using every bit of the track too, as you can see in your background. Using the track and a little bit of that green stuff on the outside too. Why not, if it's available to you? Here goes Logan Howard out, just showing the nose around the outside, possibly looking for a dummy up the inside here at turn 6. It's not going to happen, but wide goes Cook on the exit. That invites the Game of Fuel entry right up the inside. They go side by side this time. Is there an overlap? Maybe. We're going to find out as Cook squeezes across to go defensive. Now Logan out onto the racing line again. The two fast guys coming through as well in Nicol and Marshall, just watching all this happen and thinking, well, do I want to get involved? Marshall certainly does. Right up the back of Logan at the moment, and giving him plenty of curry, probably serving out the Vindaloo by the bucket load here at the moment. And Greg Cook doing the best defensive job we've seen so far. Haystack chiming in. That must be Ryan Shelton, says his internet dropped on what could have been a good finish. Oh well, one of these weeks I'll sneak into a win. Absolutely, and unfortunate stuff there from you. But here is the action on track here at the moment. Logan looking for that late apex and the slingshot maneuver, and gets that job done. This is going to be an easy pass up into turn 2 and 3 here through the S's. But look at that Kmart car hanging it fat around the outside. He's going to, Marshall's coming from nowhere, and look at Nicol too. The absolute pace on him. They're going to go 2 by 2 Noah's Ark style now. This could be 4 wide into the inner loop. That's what we want to see, folks. Look at Marshall splitting the atom up the inside. Logan breaks last, gets it in through there. Haystack subscribes to the channel as well. Nicol around the outside. Cook drops 4 positions, but now Howard just holding steady here with Marshall. What an exchange from all these drivers. Fantastic to see. I'll tell you what, that's what you pay your money for, folks. That's more than entry fee down. I'll tell you what, take that and all the rabbits to your mother and say thank you very much. Oh, goodness me. It's you lose your voice out here talking in the old solo department, I tell you what. But it's a 4-way battle now. Stephen Varga, while these guys are squabbling down here for P2, Varga's out there by 8.2 seconds. Look at this, Marshall and Tim Nicol now chiming in. Howard trying to go defensive here, but for how long? Let's get on that top view. Look at Marshall. Just the amount of traction he's able to get out of these turns is absolutely phenomenal. That's how he gets these overtakes done, folks. He just seems to be able to get the power from the wheels to the ground, and with minimal slippage too. They go through turn 10 side by side. This is exciting stuff. Tim Nicol just watching it all happen and just waiting for some kind of crumbs to fall off the table like a Labrador with his tongue hanging out, saying yes, this is the time, folks. And now it is, because he's caught Marshall napping, and this could be the time here for for Nickel to make the move. He's right there on the inside into turn 1. Tries the block pass, slides it up the inside, being very cautious too, but that's enough. That's all you need to do. And now look at Cook chiming in too. Marshall's about to lose 2 positions here if he's not careful, but firing it in around the outside and holding steady there. And Cook, his eyes lit up there as well. I bet he saw the seas parting in front of him and thought, yeah, this is my time. I'm getting that position back. But I tell you what, Marshall, very a wily old customer out there tonight, knows exactly where to put that car and did so, and managed to hold on to P4 at the moment. But I tell you what, great manoeuvre there from this man, Nickel. Caught him napping. I think Marshall had his eyes firmly planted in the forward direction, trying to navigate that overtake on Howard. Didn't notice that Nickel had been just setting him up that whole time. Got that run out of the final turn, and nothing Marshall could do really. He couldn't come across to defend because it was too late. That hole had been severely plugged. So now it's Nickel's turn to have a little crack at Howard, and the gap is about 4/10, but getting lower as we get. Well, the more you go, the lower it goes. That's, if that makes any sense, ladies and gentlemen. We make up our own words here at Simsational TV.